Hello and welcome to the second video in our tasters. I'm Dawn from Coping Skills Workshops. This is for people who are suffering anxiety and want to know how to get support from the people around them. And it's for people who are trying to support someone with anxiety who don't really know how to do it. A word of warning though, if you are a supporter, you have to bear in mind that the person you're trying to support might not be ready for this. And if they are, it has to be at their speed, at their level. Remember, it's not your job to cure them, you are there to support them. You are, if you like, the stabilisers on the bike, ready there when needed, but not pitching in all the time. So this is the scale. The scale offers an opportunity for the person suffering with anxiety to sit down with their supporter or supporters to identify the early warning signs of their anxiety. You can then use these to plan an appropriate response, and this can massively help to prevent their anxiety escalating to a full meltdown. So let's look at the scale. On the left, you can see the numbers 1 to 3, and across the top is how I know, how you know, what I can do, what you can do. Some people have numbered it from 1 to 5. I've even known one person who's numbered it 1 to 10. But it's down to the individual, it's what you prefer. You then sit down and discuss what should go in each of those boxes. Now this is where it becomes a very personal scale. I've put a few ideas in just to help you if you need it. So for example, how I know as number 1, butterflies. But there's all sorts of things. You might get dry mouth, you might find yourself fiddling, anything like that. Whatever your early warning signs look like. Then what is the next step in your anxiety when it starts to creep up? And then number 3 or 5, whatever number you go for, what is your anxiety at its worst? You might find this easier to start at number 3 because a full meltdown is very obvious and easier to identify, and then gradually work backwards. Then the person who's supporting you, what do they see? What do they notice? They're not going to know that you've got butterflies in your tummy. So what will they see? They might see you fiddling. They might see you speaking a bit more quickly or gone very quiet. Whatever it is for your situation. And then you start to discuss what can be done. For yourself, for the person suffering from anxiety, it may be that you just need to take yourself out of the room for a little while, maybe read a book, go for a walk, whatever works for you. And for the person supporting, quite often it might be that they're just happy for you to just be there. Don't do anything. It's important to remember at this point the cortisol that I spoke to you about in the last video. When that cortisol is doing its thing, it stops rational thought and language. So now is not the time to be asking, oh, what's the matter? Why, what can I do? What can I do? Okay? This is why the scale is so important, because you can plan in advance what you both can do. And if it is just simply sit with them, be with them, then that's all they need. Quite often, just knowing that there's somebody there to support you is a massive help in itself. You'll notice in one of the boxes I've written storm brewing. Now this is one of the most important tools we've found for getting round the cortisol problem. So we'll be looking at that in more detail in the next video, and I really hope you'll join me then. And thank you for watching Coping Skills Workshops today. I hope you find it useful, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.